Welcome to part 7 of Spider-Man the movie. We're going to fight more Green Goblin, and I will mention... Okay, alright, so now Seth, this is actually the last of the levels that are featured in the DVD-ROM PC demo.
So it's just a boss fight against the Green Goblin. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't just fight him on his glider, by the way, as we'll see later. In fact, I want to bring attention to detail to this, even though I haven't gotten to this part myself. The Green Goblin is actually playable in this game.
Yeah, but I think spoiler alert. I think you can only unlock him if you beat this game on hard mode. And
wait, really?
Yeah.
That's dumb.
And I know
cheat codes away.
Yeah.
In fact, let's talk about cheat codes for this game, because there's a pretty infamous one that I want to bring attention detail to.
Okay.
In a lot of early versions of the game, there is a cheat code that allows you to play as Mary Jane of all characters.
What?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Okay, that's actually pretty awesome. That doesn't sound infamous to me at all.
Yeah, I remember.
Let me tell you what. Let me tell you why it's infamous, though. In game, like the costumes all apply in game, even during the in-game cutscenes. And one of those in-game cutscenes is the part where Spider-Man and Mary Jane are supposed to kiss.
Oh, Mary Jane loves herself.
Oh
yeah. So yeah.
That's fantastic. I love that.
That costume was actually patched out of later versions of the game, but you get the idea.
I see. Now. Activision was homophobic. All right.
Honestly, I'm trying to think about. I should have recorded that part. Why did I not record that part? I should have recorded that as Mary Jane.
But what if you have a version of the game where that costume is removed or something?
Oh yeah.
Good point. Yeah. Like it's patched out of later
versions. I don't like. Okay, another thing I don't like about this level is that never fight the Green Goblin while on land.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Oh yeah,
How are you supposed to fight him on land if he keeps grabbing you and is going all
exactly?
Over the place?
You're supposed to get him from above.
Exactly.
Okay.
Which is stupid in my opinion.
Okay, so well, actually, not. I would. Oh yeah, the fact that they gave you a web combo next to him is pretty dumb, but considering that it seems that fighting him
it's not hard to miss, though.
Yeah, and in terms of no, I mean, like, they give you a web combo, and that's basically the game saying, hey, fight him on land. Because here's a move that you use on land next to the boss fight, who is on land, but you can't fight on land because he does this. So
yeah, it's one of the most obnoxious things about this game where Green Goblin is pretty much better than you at the only way to I
don't think this is a bad idea. Like, it actually does.
In concept, it sounds awesome, but it's just not executed very well.
Right.
Yeah, especially considering that you have limited web power. So.
Yeah.
Well, at least like that projectile attack doesn't use web power.
But anyway, So going back to the fact that where you can play as Harry Osborn. Green Goblin. Yes. And yeah, when you play as a Green Goblin, it's actually Harry Osborn who's the Green Goblin at that point. That was before Spider-Man 3.
Okay.
But yeah,
and I do know that when you do play as the Green Goblin, it's not like he's a skin for Spider-Man like most of the other costumes. No, he's a full-out playable character with all of his, he has his glider and his bombs and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's actually legitimately cool.
And also, fun fact, did you know that before they hired Tobey Maguire to voice Spider-Man in this game, he was originally supposed to be voiced by Josh Keaton, which explains why some of the dialogue as the Green Goblin is quite similar to the dialogue of Spider-Man in this game. Yeah.
It's funny because Josh Keaton actually does voice Spider-Man in some media, like Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
But yeah, because I didn't really notice until I found this out. Josh Keaton, before Tobey Maguire was called in to voice Spider-Man in this game, it was originally going to be voiced by Josh Keaton, and that's why if you play as the Green Goblin, the some of the dialogue heard as Harry Osborn as the Green Goblin is a bit similar, if not word for word, than the dialogue from as Spider-Man.
That's interesting, actually.
Yeah. I only know
Why does Activision own so many buildings in New York?
Yeah, this is bullshit.
There's the Treyarch building, which is the developers of this game. So
This is the third building that Activision owns in New York.
By the way, quick question. Now let's talk about the game companies. Have you played any of the games that were made by either Activision, or Treyarch?
Does Overwatch count?
I played one. I played one by Activision. Yeah. I played the Hedge movie tie-in game.
I haven't heard of actually. This is the only game I know Treyarch for making. Honestly.
Same.
Oh.
Unless I'm missing something, but I kind of doubt it.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, well, Activision, like you've likely played a game that is at least related to Activision because it is the biggest video game publisher out there.
Mm-hmm.
It has the most companies, it has the most licenses, and it has the most games. It's just like when it comes to but like that's only if you're speaking in technicalities because Blizzard is included in those lists. So
I would say
technically Blizzard is owned by Activision, but because Blizzard is so big in itself, they basically like Activision lets Blizzard do whatever they want.
I will say that I think Activision is a much better game company than THQ.
Yeah, because THQ did say that they would just straight up monetize a game if they have the opportunity.
Well, I think THQ did most of the Nickelodeon games, as I recall.
THQ also did the Cars movie video game as well.
Oh yeah, they did do some of the Disney games as well.
Yeah, and smart, you got all your health back. You should have a fighting chance against the Green Goblin.
Agreed. Always have a good amount of health when you're battling against someone like this. Ow.
Ooh. I like how he actually blew himself away as well when he threw that.
It's actually quite funny because he just think bombs to actually help himself lose. Thanks for making the game easier. And now the Green Goblin is actively running away.
One thing I want to make note of, the Green Goblin actually has the same running animation as Spider-Man, I noticed.
Yeah, it's actually most of the enemies have just about all the enemies have the same running animation as Spider-Man. I noticed, like the goons run the same way, all the bosses run the same way.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and what's stopping you from continuing the fight? Because he's almost dead. You almost got him.
There we go.
You misguided fool! I've offered you the world, and you've thrown it away. Well, I'll cure you of your deluded ideals soon enough.
Okay, yeah, he sounds just fine to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what you think. I've arranged for a little parting gift.
Like what? Oh, wait a minute.
Explosions.
There's more.
Throughout downtown are bombs have planted, filled with a deadly gas.
Oh, that.
Well, use your imagination. You might be able to stop them, or
You could try.
I want to bring attention that the Green Goblin actually wears. There are a lot of incarnations of the Green Goblin, and at one point, it's just a costume and he wears a mask. While other times, he's been genetically altered to look like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and in this continuity, it's just a costume and a mask. While in other continuities, Ultimate Spider-Man, he was genetically altered to look hideous and whatnot.
Actually, kind of think about it, there's actually an unlockable in this game where there are actually versions of the Green Goblin and Spider-Man designed by Alex Ross. In the design for the Goblin, it's just like a smiling green man with like a black hood on or something.
Yeah, that's actually a more classic based design of Green Goblin.
Mm-hmm.
He actually was a Green Goblin.
Okay.
Like it wasn't a guy in a suit. So
This is another level I really hate.
That's also how he was in the '60s series. Yeah.
And also,
I'm glad to see that all the bombs that are here to destroy the entire city are easily broadcast to have these massive like spotlights just shooting into the sky, so we can find them real easy.
This is another level that I absolutely hate, because not only do you have to fight against bombs or or like defuse bombs in like a time limit, but you also have to avoid those hunter killers that we love.
Honestly, the disarming the bombs is the easy part. From what I can tell, it's those annoying it's the spotlights that look like the pain in the ass.
It's the spotlights and the hunter killers.
Right.
Which again, like at first you see the hunter killers.
You missed your red spider. You could have healed yourself earlier.
I know.
Who cares?
Yeah, but the thing is though, it's timed.
Yeah. You don't have the
Well, the timer didn't even start when you
But that was for a split second.
Yeah.
Oh, that isn't much time.
I know.
So I'm a Lucas.
I was just okay. Oh, okay. So that timer is actually for multiple bombs, not just one specific bomb.
Exactly.
Okay, so they all go. So they go off all at once. I see.
Yes, and also I did get health. So are you happy, Seth?
Oh, also Scott, how's that switch, by the way?
He's muted himself for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh.
It's okay.
So, yeah, that's pretty much all you're doing in this level, just defusing bombs.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest. This level doesn't look that bad at all.
It does. Well, to be fair, we're also seeing him like using the power of editing because he did mention he died in several bits. So
yeah.
Yeah. So I imagine that you like every time you die, you have to start the whole stage all over again.
True, and let's because I forgot this game has has little to no checkpoints, and it's especially annoying in a later level that we're gonna see. In fact, I think it might be the next level.
Maybe, but I don't know.
I'm gonna go somewhere quiet and have a heart attack.
We'll find out.
So anyway, we just defused the bombs. We're probably gonna fight Green Goblin later, and that was the end of part 7. Tune next time when we get to part 8, when we possibly may find another villain.
And the worst level in the game. Just saying.
All right.